Welcome back to Relationships at Work, the leadership mindset guide to creating a workplace we love. I'm your host, Russel Lolacher, a communications and leadership nerd with a couple of decades of experience in both of those areas and a whole heap load of curiosity on how we can make the workplace a better place. If you're a leader trying to understand and improve your impact on work culture and the employee experience, well, you're in the right place. Every week on the show, I talk with a local or global leader on topics that are here to help us improve the workplace, tackling such topics as negativity, culture renovation, communication, empathy, diversity, imposter syndrome, so many topics. We've covered so many different angles of those topics over 110 plus episodes, and so much more to talk about. And now, as an added bonus, episodes like this, I'm sharing an additional mini episode pulled from the pages of our weekly Raw Note newsletter, which you can, of course, still subscribe to. It's just a quick, under 10-minute, valuable bit of information on top of our regular show. So the Raw Note I'm passing on to you this week is called Holidays Are No Time to Unwind. Happiest of holidays to you, however you spend it. I hope you're getting to spend some time with those you want to and as little as time as possible with those you don't. I thought we should take a break this week, next week as well, from our 7 Deadly Sins of Leadership Ecosystem series that I'm going through right now, because I want to talk about a few things, particularly this one. We're going to hear a reoccurring message a lot from managers, leaders, supervisors at this time of year. It's not a bad message. It's not ill-willed. It's not maliciously intended, but it does need to be called out. Okay, so tell me if this sounds familiar. Tell me if you've already seen this or gotten this note from somebody else in the organization. As the year comes to an end, it's important that we take care of ourselves during the holiday season. Spending quality time with loved ones and taking time for self-care is vital for our overall wellness. Take a moment to unwind and recharge this holiday season. You can almost immediately imagine it in a corporate email or a LinkedIn post. Now, what did you think when I read that out loud? I'm sure some of you were like, why are we even spotlighting that message? That sounds fine. What's wrong, Russell? Don't you like taking a break during the holidays? Hey, I get it. This is one of those things that's supposed to be positive and well-intended. And I'm sure whoever wrote it or writes it is both of those things. It will probably be said by leaders on LinkedIn, in emails to their teams, to their entire organizations, throughout the next couple of weeks in December. Here's the problem. Language like this normalizes waiting until the holidays to take care of ourselves. We shouldn't have to take a moment to unwind and recharge this holiday season. We shouldn't have to take care of ourselves. This makes me wonder what kind of shape our employees are in if they're coming into the holidays desperately needing that downtime and self-care, and they need their boss to remind them to take that time. Self-care is a year-round exercise, not something we do after long stretches of stress and neglect. I remember some years in jobs that I've had where I would go nonstop and then get a few days off before having to start all over again. Not 2 weeks, not even a week, maybe a couple of days. I would barely even be catching up on sleep, coming down from that sustained tension and stress of the job before I was right back at it, doing it all over again. And some work doesn't even get days off at all. For those that work in the service industry, I worked in radio. We sure as hell didn't get any days off during the holidays. We have to understand not all jobs are the same. That's why it's so important that self-care and the time for self-care needs to be baked into wherever we work. So why is it important not to wait until the holidays to unwind, to have self-care all year round? I've got a couple of reasons for you. Number one, it prevents burnout. Regular self-care and breaks, just breaks, help prevent emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. By taking time regularly, we can recharge and return to work with renewed energy and focus, way more effective than waiting for longer breaks like the holidays. It can also enhance productivity and creativity. Regular intervals of rest and self-care help maintain high levels of performance. This is because breaks allow the mind to rest, rejuvenate, and return to tasks with some fresh perspectives and some renewed energy. It also improves mental and physical health. Stress from prolonged work periods without those breaks, they can actually lead to various health issues, including things like anxiety, depression, physical strain. By normalizing that regular self-care, employees can actually maintain a healthier balance, reducing the risk of stress-related health problems. And last, at least for this list, it cultivates a positive work culture. When regular self-care is normalized in the workplace, it fosters a culture of well-being and work-life balance. This not only benefits individual employees, but also creates a more supportive and empathic work environment, which then equals great things like, higher job satisfaction, lower turnover rates, and a more engaged workforce. So let's recap. Less burnout, enhanced productivity and creativity, improved mental and physical health, a positive work culture. So what does that mean if we wait? What does it mean if we wait until the holidays to unwind? Burnout, reduced productivity and creativity, diminished mental and physical health, a less than positive work culture. The American Psychological Association found out that mental health declines during periods of prolonged work without breaks. So not taking time off can actually lead to increased stress, which then affects concentration and cognitive abilities. The APA actually also found out that taking time off, while it does help workers recover from stress and positively impacts their well-being and job performance by taking breaks, taking that time away, those benefits, they disappear really quick after we return to work. This research suggests that while vacations provide a temporary respite, they may not be sufficient to counteract the long-term effects of not taking enough time off, not taking enough self-care, not making it part of the DNA of work. So, should we relax over the holidays? My goodness, yes. But A, we shouldn't need to be reminded from our boss to do it because we might have forgotten that we have a few days off, not having to be in the office or on Zoom. Oh, right, I get a holiday. Oh, right, thanks, boss, for telling me I get to unwind this time of year. And B, it shouldn't be looked at as some survival technique. It's important to take care of ourselves throughout the year. Waiting until the holidays can't stop burnout or issues that we're going to have to return to. Self-care and boundaries should be a year-round focus, prioritized by us and supported by our organizations. And that is a hell of a gift. Merry, merry. And that will do it for another episode, a Raw Note episode of Relationships at Work, the Leadership Mindset Guide to Creating a Workplace We Love. I'm your host, Russel Lolacher. Thank you so much again for joining. If you've enjoyed the podcast, I ask that you take a moment, go over to ratings and reviews on Apple or Spotify, and tell us what you think. Tell us how you enjoyed the episode. Drop those 5 stars. It really helps the show grow, and I really can't tell you how much that support means to me. Thank you so much for your time. Take care.